from the soul with it. Yeah.
Kobe called Dwight Howard soft. When KG pushed Dwight Howard, they had this little friction during one game. And Dwight Howard kind of hit him back, kind of shrugged him back. So KG really wanted to get at Dwight Howard because he know Dwight Howard wasn't built like that. He knows he wasn't. He know he not tough. And this was most likely what was talked about in the inner circles. People started to lose respect. And the reason I say people started to lose respect is because it was another article that came out. And it says that Dwight Howard was frustrated with not getting the ball. And this went during his time when he played with the Houston Rockets. And they said him and James Harden, they couldn't even sit at the same table together. So it says, you know, a teammate on the team said that if you want the ball, you need to speak up about it. This is what was said. And they said he lost players' respect. So that's what was going on. People was losing respect for Dwight Howard. He was getting big-headed. He probably was, you know, crying and complaining to the GMs of, you know, not getting the ball and all types of stuff. You know, I think Dwight Howard wanted to be bigger than what his skill set allowed him to be. And I remember there was this rumor that, you know, Dwight Howard, or it may have came from Dwight Howard, I don't know. He was mad at Kobe because Kobe wasn't in this meeting when the Lakers made a pitch to him to try to re-sign him. And it sounded like to me, he couldn't put his ego to the side. It seemed like after reading, you know, a lot of stuff that Dwight Howard was getting very big-headed. His ego was getting in the way of a lot of stuff. And his talent didn't warrant him being able to, you know, flex his ego like that, flex his power like that. And he was talking about this situation that happened to him. And with this fan, I want to talk, matter of fact, I'm going to go back and talk about something where he said on about Orlando, which made me know, which made me help me understand or see how he was starting to get big-headed. Because listen to what he said. So the reporter asked him, this is Mark Spears, he said, "Do you hope to get your jersey retired in Orlando one day?" So this was Dwight Howard's reply. He said, "A lot of great things happened in Orlando while I was there, despite them being upset about how the situation ended. Those years before that, the Magic went from the team that everyone laughed about to a team that everyone took seriously. It wasn't just, we're going to Orlando to go to Disney World and chill. It was, no, we got to stay here because we have a battle coming." Now, Dwight Howard, do you not know about the days when Shaquille O'Neal and Penny Hardaway played together? Now, I was still a baby during that time, but I'm smart enough to know the excitement that came with Shaquille O'Neal carrying his team to the NBA Finals before you did. Shaq was an absolute monster. Now, you never averaged more than 24, 25 points throughout your career. We talking about Shaquille O'Neal, who got up to about 26, 27, 28 points, just about dominating. One of the greatest big men ever. Do you not remember when Shaq was in Orlando? So this let me know that you were kind of getting big-headed and getting beside yourself because, he didn't specify about how many years. He said those years before that. He didn't specify how many years. But to say that is absolute disrespect either way. You know, because Shaq did a lot for that franchise. Him and Penny Hardaway. You know. But like I said, it let me know how he was starting to get big-headed. You could listen to him. Even when he was talking about James Harden. He said that, you know, the accolades, the awards, I wasn't there to try to compete against him. You know, he already got all that stuff. He already had the accolades and the awards and everything, bro. Nobody cared about that. You know, and I know he was kind of like, they say that Kobe's a ball hog and Kobe still wanted to be the star. Trust me, if Kobe's smart enough to know that if he got some superstars beside him, because he knows what his body can do and what his body can't do. If he got some superstar caliber players beside him, he gonna let them work. But he gonna show up when it matters the most. He's smart enough to know that he can't do certain things. So you telling me Dwight Howard, clearly you're the problem. You done had James Harden, who was one of the best players. What are you doing to get the ball? You know, you fouling out and the temperament. Like, come on, man. And I never really talked about it, but he asked him, do he still love the game? And he said, you know, he went to a certain point in his career where, like, in LA, where he had surgery, he didn't, you know, lost his passion for the game, and, you know, it was about business, and he didn't talk to Kobe. And saying it wasn't an issue, but if it wasn't an issue, then why didn't you resign? And now they got articles talk about, oh, Kobe was right. And, you know, Kobe did this interview. He was like, I tried to teach Dwight. He said, I tried teaching Dwight. I tried showing him. But the reality is that when you have a perception of what it is to win a championship, and most perceptions of what it's like to win are a very outgoing, very gracious locker room where you pick each other up and you're friends all the time. That's the perception. And I think that's what his perception was of what the idea was. Remember I told you guys in the beginning, Dwight Howard was very playful. And this one, before he called him a teddy bear and everything, he didn't take it serious. So this is the same thing that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was alluding to and other people. And this is what I was saying. And Kobe is just too straightforward. And this goes back to Kobe saying that you just can't pass the ball to somebody to just call yourself a leader. And that's all that was. Kobe was a leader. And he was leading when he was banging on the door 4 a.m. in the morning. He took his craft serious. It was rumored that he wanted to come back to the Lakers because he's trying to right his wrong with the Lakers, and he wanted to be a Laker great. Don't let him fool you. He wanted to be a Laker great, you know. And when he saw it says that's the perception, and I think that's what his perception was of what the idea is. But when he saw the reality of it, it made him uncomfortable, and it's very tough to be able to fight through that, to deal with that challenge. And I don't think he was willing to deal with that uncomfortable combative nature. And it was interviews saying that you know, Kobe was right. And then he did another interview, and I'm about to wrap this up, but he was just talking about a fan. And I'm going to talk about this real quick because my battery died. It says, I just felt like it wasn't a team. I wanted a team. There were things that went on during the season that made me feel like I wasn't part of it. Like the thing with Kobe and my shoulder. People were saying, Dwight's so strong. He's Superman. He should have played through it. My thing is, he said it was a torn labrum. He said, I should have had surgery, but I didn't. So why wouldn't you have surgery? Why didn't you? Could have sat down. It was February 7th. All-Star break was just approaching. Could have sat out through All-Star break, came back mid-March, and you would have been ready for the playoffs or so, or however long. I hadn't practiced for a while. And this, I'm going to get to this last part. He said, but I played in Boston. We got blown out. D'Antoni still had me in, and we were down 30 after that game. I'm walking off the court, and a Laker fan throw his jersey and hit me in the face. It was my name on that jersey. I will never forget that for the rest of my life. So I'm going to wrap this up, and I'm going to say this. You're in Boston. You're not at Staples Center. How do we know this fan was a true Laker fan? He threw this jersey at your face. We've always had a rivalry with Boston. In Boston, a fan threw a jersey at you. At Boston. Just here, listen to what you said. At Boston. In Boston, a fan threw a jersey at you and you were hurt. You will never forget that, which means it hurt you, by the way. It had to have hurt you if you want to remember that. Not at Staples Center. In Boston, a fan threw a jersey at you. But at the end of the day, I'm going to just wrap this up that Dwight Howard, he is analyzing his life now, and he has a lot of regret. and he's going to look and wish he would have won championships and wish he would have took the game as serious. I heard that Kobe went to Shaq and said, man, I appreciate you, or, I should have appreciated you more. And based on how this generation is, but Shaq he took it a little more serious than Dwight Howard did, and Shaq was raised a total different way. He wasn't, soft, and he came from, I think, Jersey. He was built a little bit different. But my battery is dying. I thank you guys for supporting my channel and being there every step of the way and every struggle that I've been going through with this channel. Thank you guys for fully supporting me. You guys are the best ever, and I appreciate you. You guys get in the comment box, like, share, subscribe. I'm out.